This is Bea. Bea, how much is your monthly cost of living?
Right now, my condo cost me around 835.
Yes.
On top of the aircon plus, maybe with the grocery, 1,000 ringgit.
Wow, yaman. 1,800. Ikaw, Nikki, how much is your cost of living? Nikki, how much is your cost of living? Nikki?
Grocery na 300 ringgit.
Tara, how much is your cost of living?
1,500 per day.
Ay, mayaman din ang friend natin. Ikaw, Chocho, how much is your monthly salary? Ay, ano pala? Monthly cost of living.
Bakit nag-iba sa kanya ang 3,000?
1,000. Oh, ang tipid. Ikaw, Ray, ito mayaman to si Ate Rachel. How much is your cost of living?
1,000 save.
Oh, same. 1,000? Nagtitipid yun naman. How about Jen? Madam Jen Ventura, how much is your cost of living? Madam? Madam.
Ask Rona Marie before Madam Jen.
Rona, how much? Ay, alam ko kung magkano si Rona. 10,000 ringgit yung aman.
No, I'm only spending like 25 ringgit per day.
You, Madam Jen, how much is your cost of living?
Well, I think we need to set up a different meeting for this.
Ayan. Kung may Excel sheet siya, i-upload ko to sa YouTube.
What's up everyone, it's Kyle and welcome back to my channel. Today is another episode of my Expat Living series here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. If you haven't watched the first and second episode of my series, I will put the links of the videos on the description box below. So for today's video, I'll be discussing the cost of living here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. But if you are new to my channel, I'm Kyle. I'm a first-time Filipino expat living in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for 2 years. So for those who are planning to go to Malaysia to work, you might be wondering how much we are spending here for our day-to-day life. So if you are someone who is thinking to work in Malaysia, specifically in Kuala Lumpur, this video is for you because I'll be sharing you the detailed cost of living of a typical Filipino expat here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So if you are a local Malaysian, let me know if I'm overspending or if I'm just spending just fine. All right, without further ado, let's get it on. So I created this video to give you an idea on how much you will need in order for you to survive here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So is it worth it? Mas mura ba dito kaysa sa Pilipinas? Let's find out. Let's now get started and discuss kung magkano nga ba ang budget ng typical OFW here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Here in Malaysia, most Filipinos live in a condo. Not because we're maarte or we're choosy, but because condominiums are affordable here. So if you are someone who is planning or thinking of moving to Malaysia to work, this video is for you because I'll be giving you an idea on how much you need on a monthly basis in order for you to survive here. Today, I'll be sharing you how much I am spending for rent, utilities, transportation, food, and other expenses. So here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, for as low as 400 ringgit, you'll be able to get your private single room. So ganun kamura ang mga condo rooms dito sa Malaysia, kaya most of the Filipinos decides to live in a condo. Apart from security and its amenities, it's very convenient because most of the condos are nearby the bus stops and the train stations. So magkano nga ba ang binabayaran naming renta dito sa Malaysia, specifically here in Kuala Lumpur? So I am currently staying here in OUG Park Lane, located at Jalan Pochong, Kuala Lumpur. So it's approximately 9 kilometers away from KL Central. So I am currently renting a master room with attached private bathroom. May sarili akong CR and it has a queen size bed, ceiling fan, aircon, and my own private toilet. So I get all of this for as low as 750 ringgit. So another thing to take note here, if you decide to rent a room, most of the time basic utilities are already included. So what are those? It already includes your basic electricity, water, and Wi-Fi. The only thing that you need to pay is your consumption for air condition, which will be calculated depending on the agreement between the tenants and the owner. But most of the condominiums here, for each room, they have a dedicated sub-meter to accurately calculate your consumption for the aircon. And guys, there's a catch because the sub-meter is only connected to the aircon. So regardless if you use air fryer or for other appliances in your room, it's not gonna be measured by the submeter because the submeter only measure your consumption for the air conditioner. So how much I am paying for my aircon consumption on a monthly basis. So here, my average consumption would be 100 ringgit per month. So I am consuming approximately 100 kilowatts for my aircon consumption. So I'm using my aircon for 12 to 15 hours per day, as in walang patayan. So again, for 750, you get your own private room with attached toilet, you get basic utilities, electricity, water, and Wi-Fi, and you just need to top up 100 ringgit for you to be able to use your AC every day for 12 to 15 hours. So it's safe to say that the budget that you need to allot for your rent would be 850, and that already includes a private room with attached toilet, including all of the utilities as well as your aircon consumption and everything. So 850 ringgit, I'm gonna put the conversion on the screen to Philippine peso. Next, of course, apart from rent, I am allotting budget for my transportation. So here, for me to be able to go to work, I take the public transportation. Like what I mentioned on my previous vlog, the main public transportation here in Malaysia is gonna be through buses and trains. So every day I take bus from my place to my workplace. So on a monthly basis, I am allotting 100 ringgit for 30 days. So that's for the bus alone. Sometimes I top up more if I go out during the weekends or if I need to go somewhere unplanned. So for the 100 ringgit, the calculation is just from my place to my workplace. So I am allotting 4 ringgit per day for my transportation allowance. I only go to the office 20 days a month, so that's 80 ringgit for round trip bus ride from my place to my workplace. And then the extra 20 ringgit is my buffer if I need to go somewhere or I want to go to this place during my day off. So that's my allotted budget. So just to give you an idea, the flat rate for bus rides here are 2 ringgit. So the distance from my place to my workplace is approximately 8 to 9 kilometers. So for 8 to 9 kilometers travel, I pay 1 ringgit and 90 cents one way. So it's approximately 4 ringgit round trip daily for me to be able to go from my place to my workplace. And for the trains, mostly it's just around 3 to 4 ringgit per ride. So if you are someone who is taking trains, you need to allot 10 ringgit per day for a round trip train ticket. Of course, it will still depend on the location of your place to the destination that you want to go to. So that's for transportation. Next is grocery. Of course, here in Malaysia, we need to be very smart in terms of budgeting for food. So let's now talk about food or grocery. Syempre kami dito mga OFW sa Malaysia, kumakain din kami. So we need to allot budget for grocery or food. And pag nagutom kami makakapag-work. Pag hindi kami nakapag-work, hindi kami makakasweldo. Pag hindi kami nakasweldo, hindi namin mabibili ang gusto namin. At hindi kami makakapagpadala sa Pilipinas. Chain. So how much I am allotting for my grocery or food in a month? So here, usually, I allot 100 ringgit per week. So that's 400 ringgit per month for my food and grocery. So sometimes, if sinisipag ako, nag-grocery ako and I do meal prep, but most of the time, I just eat outside in the Mamax or food courts because the meals here are not that expensive. For as low as 7 ringgit, you'll be able to get rice and 1 ulam. And another thing, I'm also allotting budget for my cellular data connection. So here, my network is U-Mobile. So I'm allotting 25 ringgit per month for my cellular data connection. So for 25 ringgit, I get 6 Mbps of unlimited data and unlimited calls. Of course, it's very important that you also allot budget to your cellular data for you to be able to stay connected online when you are going outside. So as a typical OFW or expat, those are the basics or main necessities that you need to survive on a monthly basis. But of course, it will always depend on your needs and wants. But these are the basics. So I'm giving you just like an idea. So just a quick recap. So for rent, I'm spending 750 ringgit, including utilities for my aircon, which is 100 ringgit. So that's approximately 850 ringgit for my accommodation and utilities. And for my transportation, I'm allotting 100 ringgit if I'm just gonna take mainly buses and trains. For my grocery, I'm allotting 400 ringgit, which is 100 ringgit per day. And of course, minsan kailangan din naman natin mag-relax or gumala or pumunta kahit saan. So I am setting aside of 200 ringgit for my personal expenses, for my leisure and other activities. So all in all, my personal expenses here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia as a Filipino expat living alone is 1,450 ringgit. So that's it, guys. Let me know in the comment section how much you are spending in a month as an expat here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. But the million-dollar question, is it worth it? How much you are earning in a month here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia? So find out on my next video because I'll be talking about the salary of a call center employee here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Till my next video, ciao!